should be up now. Double check.
I am refreshing. There we go.
Yeah,
And we
ready.
are live.
Just need to get this open here. See. Yeah, it is up.
Yep, we are.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay. Just want to send this out. Who else was it? One second. Almost done. And last one on the painting. JC, I need to start adding to this painting.
No problem.
All right, it's live. Okay, here we go. You ready, JC? You ready, STYX?
I'm ready.
Well, I can hear you. Lekker.
Well, let's go. Hello and welcome to Bear with Me STYX Around. I am Bear.
And I'm STYX. On our podcast, we talk about everything airsoft. Welcome to episode 8. Tonight's episode, we're going to be talking about what we think is a good airsoft starter guide. Again, these are our own views and ideas on it. It's been over 4 years since Ray and Bear and myself started airsoft. So that's why we have a special guest joining us this evening. Thank you, Jesse, for joining us. Jesse's relatively new to airsoft, and who better to ask these questions to than him? So thank you for joining us again.
Thanks, guys. I'm honored to be here. Thanks, man.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Jesse. Now, let's kick us off, right? So, Jesse, you're relatively new to airsoft, towards the airsoft scene. Tell us a bit about yourself. How did you hear about airsoft and why did you join?
About myself, to personal income tax, I don't think that's really me. I like, I'm a nerd by nature, probably. Like Star Wars, um, make friends with everyone I meet. How I heard about airsoft is actually friends told me about it when we were in high school. And I mean, I think we've all seen those Novridge videos and seeing the videos where people play on like a military base and there's 400 people and 200 people on the red side and 200 on the blue side. I mean, if you like war movies or you like action, I think you get hooked. So yeah, that's how I heard of it, and it's always been just watching videos, but never actually played. So I've known about airsoft for about, I don't know, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years maybe. Um, Never played, always watched the videos. Yeah.
Okay. Now, this last weekend, you actually played your first match. How was that?
Yes. It was a joy. No, look, I think there's a hook in anything. you get you get hooked if you're having fun. Um, so no, it was a joy. It was a joy. Making memories, making new friends. Yeah, had a flipping blast.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, getting more onto the topic for tonight's episode of an airsoft starter guide. As a new player, when you started getting into the sport, did you have any issues or was it smooth sailing?
I'm not going to say smooth sailing. I think when I did speak to you guys in person as well, there were one or two things that you can do enough research online. But something that I realized is how sensitive the switch over was from like the semi-auto to, well, safety semi-auto to Afrikaans, or you guys called it Afrikaans, but full auto. Um, and how sensitive it was because I actually had a problem when I was busy shooting, and where my hand was on the handle is where I touched from the semi-auto to full auto, and it was stuck in between, so my gun didn't want to shoot, and I didn't realize that till after the match. Um, so silly things like that, where I thought the gun was jamming, it was actually just me fiddling, not even knowing I was fiddling with the what do you call it, the switch.
Selector.
Yeah.
Oh, we've all been there before though.
Yeah, I just leave it on full auto. Mine just stays on full auto and just I put on more Afrikaans.
Okay, great. Great. I like it.
Oh no,
But,
with
I mean,
Thompson I don't
I
have
think
that problem. Thompson's safety is way at the top. It's out of reach. Once it's on auto, it stays on auto.
That
I
makes
think
sense.
also it's
But
to more in the sense of, you know, um, when you got into it, so obviously there's a whole point of buying gear and looking at gear. So what was the research like for seeing what you wanted, speaking to people maybe? Was it only online when you were looking for in terms of gear that you wanted to get?
yeah, so look, I did watch a lot of videos for like there's a lot of YouTube videos on beginner gear, and I asked it's like ChatGPT, but it's called DeepSeek, and then I would ask it um, what's the best gun for like beginners and stuff, but then they wouldn't have it in stock in South Africa. Um, and then a lot of the videos that I was watching, a lot of the stuff that they were advertising was because it was sponsored. So I felt more it was sponsored and not actually the right gear for you. So they'll give you a preference because this is what they are sponsored for. So they want you to use that, but then it might be out of your budget if you were looking at a budget.
Okay.
That I completely understand.
Yeah, I think also, I mean, we were chatting a bit on Saturday. So just to give a bit of a background, we were at a bachelor's, and um, it was at the bachelor that we were playing some airsoft, and that's where we actually met Jesse. And we were just chatting about gears and stuff. So when for your viewers and listeners who are listening now, that's how this whole story began. Um, so we were busy chatting, and honestly, I mean, we got a decent bro, right? And obviously happy because I mean, I testified that it was a big like own business. Views. So happy going with that. So would you say when you were looking at your rifle, how did you get to the point of saying, okay, I want the ripcord to play with? So did you say, you know, initially, okay, I'm going to look at 8K, I'm going to look at M4. What was the initial process buying that?
I think for myself, when I did the research, the M4 was the gun that you get the most parts for. You get it for everywhere. So if it's an M cord, a rip cord, or any other model that they had, it looks like if it's an M4 model, you can get the parts for it much easier than buying uh, a gun it's like one of its kind. So for me as a beginner, I didn't. I asked people that knew more than me, and like you guys, you know a lot more than me. But like the friends that I have that do play, they would rent gear, so they'll not know the gear. And then for me, I was looking at buying an AK, um, because I've got an AK myself, so a real one. So for me, it was like comfortability, but then I was like, okay, but maybe I want something that I don't have, and having that metal feel of a gun for the M4 was lekker. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean your M4. I didn't get to shoot it, but it's the weight to it is nice. It's all around a good starting rifle. I must say that. And again, you were clearing, I'd say, 30, 40 meters before you'd start having a dip or any effect like that. So I mean, you have a demon of a rifle there. That's a fact.
Yeah, thanks.
But yeah, as a new person playing the sport, is there anything that kind of puts you off it?
Um, I would say like everything I feel is best when shared and experienced. It becomes like a memory. Doing it with other people, doing it alone, it's like me telling a story, and you don't really catch what I'm saying because you weren't really there, and then you say in the story like, but you should have been there. Where now you've got a shared experience with other guys or other friends or family members where you're like, do you remember that time when this and this and this happened? And they remember their side of the story. So for me, it was, um, it, it's it's lekker to share the memories with someone else. Um, yeah, a bonding experience, creating memories that will last you a lifetime. That's also like why I wanted to record everything. Well, a lot of what happened is so instead of me explaining my experience, I can actually show people. I
Yeah.
mean, I've even got videos where I get stuck, and then me watching the video, I was like, oh, okay, makes sense why I got stuck because my finger was not on the trigger, or yeah, stupid mistake. Yeah.
But I mean,
So
that
just
just
taking a big step
shows.
back here, sorry, Sticks. There's a question on YouTube. Um, oh, someone says they like the gun in the background. Well, I'll tell you a bit about that right from the moment. The question here is how good is double barrel? So we talked a little bit about the ripcord. Ripcords are a remarkable gun. I had one myself, great gun. Yours, Jesse, like whips. Now, double barrel, I'm a big fan. My favorite rifle is G&G, as I have in the back there. But my apps, well, that's my absolute favorite gun. But as a double barrel, the company is fantastic. They are bringing out affordable top end parts that you would pay thousands for, and they're bringing it down to hundreds. So if you're looking for a new rifle, I think Jesse, actually you went to Walker, and the guy said to you, what did the guy say to you? What did Jason say to you, Walker?
No, he said what I spent on buying a second hand ripcord. He said I could have bought a brand new.
Double
I could have bought a brand new. Yeah, that double. Look, I don't know all the names, but that double. What do you call it?
double barrel. And that was,
Double
if I
barrel.
remember correctly, if I look at the price ranges, it would have been a TTI that you would have been able. So the Terran Tactical International, which is that's a sexy ass gun. But it doesn't mean that your gun is not good because, like, when I saw that thing, it's probably hitting easily 1.5, maybe reaching about 1.7 joules. That thing was dead true and quick. So it's not necessarily that buying a second-hand gun is a bad. In actual fact, and we'll probably talk about it later, but let's talk about it now. As a new person coming into airsoft, second-hand groups is the place to go to. That's the place to start. You're going to pick up deals there that you will not pick up anywhere else. Yes, just in your case, he was mentioning you could get the double barrel, but keep in mind, Jesse's gun is already upgraded. So what he paid for it, it was an upgraded airsoft, second-hand airsoft gun. So comparing to that, it is a really good buy that he had. But if you're looking at something and you don't necessarily want to go second-hand, you want to go new because you can, or you forced your parents or you lied to your parents that they must be good for you, then yeah, I mean, I think the double barrels is the way to go. And you can also do it through Pages now, through Walker now. where you can pay it off over 3 installments and still walk away with it same day. So yeah, I think between that, go first of all to the second-hand groups, have a look at what deals you can get there. In actual fact, I think I saw a what was it? I think it was a CM16 Raider for like $2,000, which is a decent starter rifle. It's not as good as a ripcord or a double barrel, but it's for that your budget. That's your budget.
No, no.
So I hope you answers the question on YouTube. Now, getting back to you, Jesse. So you also now recently you've been mentioning to us you bought stuff through Team or ordered stuff. Tell us a bit about that. What was the process on that? Have you ever bought them before? And will you recommend guys buying gear through Team?
Listen, for sure. I think for me it was looking at the reviews. That's what I look at. I look at how many people actually bought the product, and then I look at the reviews that people wrote. South Africa, but check your local area reviews. So the reviews that they put on Temu, where it literally says South Africa, it's got the South African flag, and then people send a photo. They'll add a photo to their review saying, so happy with this product, or it was too small or too big, not the right size. But look, if you want to buy quality, Temu's maybe not it's quality enough for where if you're on a budget, it's perfect. You can buy for a fraction of the price. My personal experience, I can't talk for anyone else, but the fact that you can buy gloves for $50, but then if you're going to any other place, it's like 300 rand, 350 rand to protect your fingers, and a vest is 600 rand, and I bought a vest for 100, I think $175. So that does the exact same thing. So it's not there to, it's there to protect you a little bit. It's going to mediate the pain. I'm not going to take it away completely, but if you're on a budget and you don't want to pay 2,000 rand for sunglasses, and you want to pay $20, $40 for sunglasses that can protect your eyes, or face mask, or like a mesh face mask that you're paying I think I paid $75, and where you're going to pay it at a different place for $250. I definitely think for myself, I think that was the way to go. I also bought gear, I must say, I bought from Temu, but I also bought from Walker War Games. So, yeah, listen, I had it all. I thought I was going to buy just 2 batteries when I walked in, and I bought one more. I really didn't think I was going to buy that much, but yeah. So for myself, Temu was a good buy. Walker War Game, what a fun place to be in. Like a kid in a candy store.
What a dangerous place to be in.
Yeah.
We always say when you go to Walker, go in with the exact amount that you need. Don't go in with a bank card, because you are going to buy more than what you're supposed to.
Every time.
100%.
Every time.
But I must say, if you're looking for like batteries, TVs, parts, Walker is the place to go to get that. I mean, they have the variety, they have the stock, and they also ship out anywhere in the country. So really is the place to look if you want to get those stuff.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask, out of curiosity, did you, when thinking of picking up airsoft, did you consider a gas blowback, or was that like completely just out?
Nah, not even close. With the majority of the videos that I watched, they said that the battery lasts maybe longer. It's not as expensive, and also you don't want to carry a cylinder at the back. I know for a pistol it's fine, but you don't want to carry. You've got, I think, 4 rounds of bullets that you can, or 4 mags that you can shoot with the pistol. But to carry a cylinder, it's like playing paintball then. and then for me it defeats the purpose because it takes away. I think one of the guys said it at the bachelor's. It's like playing with, uh, like having that real feel shooting guy, but with not the effect of killing someone. Um, yeah, so you don't in when you shoot a real gun, there's no you have to carry the cylinder and a backpack to shoot your gun. Yeah, and I feel like that's where the battery was for me the best option.
Okay, yeah. I mean, battery is by far the best to the AEG, the electrics, by far the best to start off with. I mean, upgrades are easy, parts are common. It's simple to understand. Of you've got to charge the battery, connect it, and then you sort it to go.
Yeah, like I think touching that on in terms of a new starter. So you get GBBR, which stands for gas blowback rifle, AEGs, which is an automatic electric gun, and then you get the HPAs with high pressure air guns. Now you're talking about three different price ranges. Okay, so your AEG is always going to be your cheapest way of playing, and in all honesty, which most people play is AEGs. So when you get to in terms of playing with randoms and your battery conks out or goes flat, which happens. I mean, we on the weekend, almost within 2 hours, a few rifles' batteries started dying. So you're able to find guys who always have extra batteries, like STYX and Taz, and they always have like thousands of batteries lying around. Yeah, I mean, STYX takes a whole day to charge batteries before we play.
Yeah,
so you always find that. Now, to get into the nitty-gritty of that on the tech side, we can always do that later. But you're looking at AGs being your best and your cheapest option to get into it. Batteries generally last you a whole day of gaming. Then you get your GBBRs, which is the next step up. This is more like playing Ultra. So there is events where people go and you can play Ultra, where they only allow GBBRs, nothing else. And it's a gas blowback. So you're getting that realism feel to the bolt action sliding back and forth, which is fantastic. I mean, one of my videos on TikTok has that where I play with a GBBR, and it's a lot of fun. But you're limited to ammo, you got to refill with gas, that comes at an extra cost. And then you get your HBAs, which is, in terms of initial price for those equipment, is the most expensive. You're looking anything between 8,000 to 15,000, and I'm saying 8,000. I mean that's just the parts and the line and the tank. But the rifle itself, the rifle itself, you're probably looking at about 15 to 20,000 for the whole setup, which includes your tank and your line.
Yes.
So it's expensive. You're getting different types of performances, but with technology and how these guys are developing AEGs, your AEG can compete with the HBA. So as a new player, AEG is always recommended. Now, I've got a question here on the chat here. How expensive is it to start Airsoft with a decent kit? Now, Jesse, you just bought a decent kit. How much did that set you back?
$4,500.
Okay, but remember that was just your rifle and the mags.
Full kit. So full kit. Full kit. Okay, so I bought 2 batteries. I bought a proper charger because they said there's a difference in the charger. So the charger I've got can charge 3 different kinds of batteries.
Yes, the smart charger.
So it was blue. It's all good.
Yeah. Blue with buttons
when I
on
asked,
it.
They said, yeah. They literally said, no, get the blue charger. It's the best charger. So I said, okay, cool. Blue charger, I bought the blue charger. I bought the vest. I bought knee pads and gloves. So I would say all in all, I was probably in about $7,000.
Yeah.
Just over $7,000, yeah.
So you got to remember, with a smart charger, yes, initially that is more expensive than you getting the smart chargers, but it protects your battery much longer. So batteries range anything between 250 to 350, 450 Rand a battery, depending on the voltage and the size.
Are more expensive. It's like
of those batteries.
450, 600, roughly.
Mhm. So you don't want to replace, because the normal chargers can damage the cells quickly. I think Sticks, you guys went through that once. You had the plain chargers, and it was a brand new one and almost bonked out instantaneously by using those cheapy chargers.
Yeah, we were at, I think it was the first Airsoft X event, and the one battery, the cells unfortunately died when we were in field. Went to one of the stores there, bought a battery, went to the charger, plugged it in, and immediately it said something of there was a volt error or cell error. So we had to try and fix that whole thing. But yeah, I mean, the smart charger, you can't go wrong with it. You've got the different modes of lipo charge, lipo balanced, discharge. All of those features come in handy.
Just please don't ever discharge. Never discharge your battery unless you want to throw it away.
Discharge,
So-
please explain that.
So, okay, so you get different types of batteries. You get your NIHM batteries, your LiPo batteries. Okay. So your NIHM batteries is called iron, I think it's called, right? So those you can charge with any charger. They are just the way they're made. You can charge them, you'll be fine, right? LiPo batteries are much stronger, they're more consistent, but you need to charge them a specific way. Because if you discharge a LiPo battery, that battery's dead, you can just throw it away, you can't use it. Okay. So when you store a battery, and luckily I had someone in the community that helped me with mine, Slidebach from Cerberus. And when you use your smart charger, when you charge your battery, you try to use a balanced charge because it balances between all the cells equally, which also protects the cells of the battery. If you want to store your charge, you actually, there's a setting that you go charge to store, what's it called? Storage, I think, that you put it on. And that basically charges the battery in a way that you can put it in the cupboard, it's fine, you can recharge it at a later stage. But when you discharge it, you're pretty much saying, I'm killing my battery.
Taz learned that the hard way.
Yeah, so you don't do that. But again, this is why smart chargers are important. It's going to make your batteries, your LiPo specifically, last longer.
Yeah, and when it comes to the regular charge and the balance charge, the balance charge will can take anywhere from 15 minutes to 30 minutes longer. But as Bear said, you've got more protection for your batteries, so it will preserve the life longer.
I think my battery lasted me 4 years. 4 years before it started going a little bit funny. But yeah, definitely invest in that. Otherwise, if you're not looking to buy a smart charger, then stick to NIHM batteries. Still going to play well. You just see the LiPos, you get 7.4 volt batteries, and then you get 11.1. So you'll pick up quickly the differences in your rate of fire when it comes to those two batteries or those two chargers. But with the NIHM, you only get the 9.7, I think it's a 9.7 volt.
Yeah,
you get different sizes in terms of the capacity, how long you can play with it, but you only get 9.7 volt NIHM, which means that's the only strength that you're going to get out of the battery. There's also, it's thicker. So depending on what gun you have, if you have like a MP5 STYX has, where the battery has to go into the front of the handle, it makes it difficult because it doesn't always close properly. Your ripcord, you've got it's a MOE stock, so it doesn't fit within the NIHM, doesn't fit within the buffer tube. So you have to go with the LiPo. So you got to keep those things in mind as well.
Yeah, makes sense.
But yes, I think we answered Zane's question. Then how much a decent kit will cost you? If you go on the second-hand group, you can pick up. I would say you can get an iPro. There was one now. I saw now in the second-hand group, guy was saying iPro, vest, pads, freaking everything for 500 second-hand. So you can pick that up there. Your uniform, I mean, sometimes I play in a t-shirt and jeans. But as you start finding what you like, your style, your look, that's when you start investing into places like Temu, Walker War Game, and so on and so forth. In actual fact, you can even get on the second-hand group. There was Emerson Vest not too long ago for 1,000 Rand. They go for 2,000 Rand at Walker. So, yeah, just find your playstyle. I'm a close range operator. I like CQB. So my playstyle, my rig, my setup is built for that.
Yeah, no. I mean, when it comes to that, it's mainly personal preference.
So, Jesse, is there any questions as a new player? Right now, you've gone, you bought your stuff. Is there any questions you have for us?
If a new guy, now this guy that now asked on the on your chat, like he wants to start, your advice to him, because I mean I really didn't actually have anyone to ask, and then when I did ask, they took forever to respond, to get back to me with what kind I should buy, what should I look at, should I go gas powered, battery powered, BBs. I mean, I think I've learned a lot in the last week by playing instead of just with you guys. Like, for example, I didn't know what was it called? I'll tell you now. It was called MOSFET. I don't know what a MOSFET was.
Yes.
The guys that know it, I didn't know what a MOSFET was. I didn't know the difference. Why was there a difference in weight with the BBs? I realized that the heavier the BB is, the more accuracy it could withstand in wind and stuff. And then joules. It sounded like Greek when I was at Walker War Games. It sounded like a guy was speaking Greek to me because I had no idea what he was talking about. He's like, what joules does it shoot? I'm like, joules? No, it shoots BBs. I don't think it shoots joules. So, so for guys that have just started, I mean, they don't really, they tell you about the chrono, but listen, chrono also right over your head if you've got no idea what it means, or if you've never seen it yourself. I only realized what it actually was when I went to Walker War Games, because we tested out different batteries, like you were saying, with the I think it's 9.7 and 11.1. And so my question would be, what would you guys recommend for someone that's just starting? From eye gear to mask to a hat to a vest or maybe a shirt, pants, long sleeve, short sleeve, and shoes. Yeah.
Okay. So, STYX, I'm going to take this one.
No, go for it.
I would recommend joining a community first. That's the first thing where I would start. As a new player, and we're going to post the links of all the communities and all the second-hand groups and all that. My recommendation is join a community. Because like you said, you asked the question and people were taking long to get back to you. When you're in a community and there's 300-400 people on a chat group, you're going to get answers really quickly, and you're going to get decent answers. There is community leaders and there's top players in it. And I can guarantee you answers are going to be similar. And if someone gives you a crappy answer, they're going to get a response to those crappy answers. But yes, join a community, right? Because the community is going to guide you and say, please don't buy anything yet. Go rent a gun, go play in a match, and find out what you buy. So when you rent a gun, they give you an iPro to play with. Go play with whatever crows you have, and go see how they are. You know, what's the match going to feel like? You're going to find guys that's going to be hiding in a bush as a sniper, and you're going to experience that, and you're going to go, ooh, that looks cool. I want to try that. Cool. Then you're going to go into a building, and you're going to start CQBing the heck out of each other. I like this, so I'm going to try that. And sooner or later, you're going to realize where your niche is or your play style is going to be. That's where you start. If you're then saying, okay, I'm in, like you did, you see, like I'm in, I want to go and I want to start. First thing you need to do is iPro. So as long as it's approved, and not like me where I go play with my shades, 6 shoots slipping out in one day.
I also played my shades. I hear you.
I actually have a video. I'm going to post a video on that. STYX and I were trading. Next thing I get a bullet shop up, and I take my glasses off and I want to hold in my bloody glass. So don't play with your shades. My Oakleys got shot out. Both my Oakleys got shot out. So yeah, expect them. Get proper safety-approved glasses. You can buy them at Walker. There's Chinese suppliers. I think we've got a few of the Chinese brands. I might get flat for saying that. Guys are going, no.
But also,
But,
I mean, paintball masks. Those
I
work. It
mask
depends.
as well. No,
It depends.
but,
'Cause
I
like
mean,
I hate
I think-
wearing the tie-dye masks. It restricts my vision way too much. So that's why it's like I don't like wearing the mask piece, the full. Just doesn't suit me. So I know, okay, I've got to go with either the safety goggles or the clear ones or something like that. So I know what works for me and what doesn't work.
Yeah, I would agree with you there, because when I played with a paintball mask, I'm talking about playing paintball now, it's fog up. So if you don't have the most expensive, and listen, I don't know all the brands, but every single time I've played paintball, they've always fogged up. So if they don't have wipers inside, which almost none of them have, then you sitting there trying to lift this thing and putting your hand on the thing just so you can see properly. And then it's too late. Yeah. So no, I agree.
So yeah, I mean, just get goggles, glasses, safety glasses. You can even buy them at the Builder's Warehouse. There's approved safety glasses there. But I mean, they're not expensive. Go to Walker, they're not expensive. Start there. Get a proper set of eye pros. The mask and stuff. Look, I've got a Speedsoft mask, a diaphragm mask, but I don't play in the bush with this. I only play when we play Speedsoft or in a CQB, like 5v5 thing, maybe. But glasses, definitely. Then I wouldn't worry too much about your chest rigs, your plate carriers, until you know exactly what play style you're going to do. If you're a sniper, having a chest rig plate carrier might not suit your play style, because you're going to be a lot more thicker to move around, and you're also going to have a ghillie on you at some point. Those Paul Carter Brown can tell you all about ghillie. Your ghillie can tell you all about that. But yeah, I would start there. And if you're buying your first gun, M4, M4, M4. Why? You said it, Jesse, very profoundly. Parts are available. There's always mags. You run out of a mag, your buddy next to you probably has an M4, you can swap you out a mag. So you start there because it's the most used gun in Airsoft at the moment. And later on, you can experiment with different types of guns. But in terms of shoes, clothes, and stuff like that, we've got someone on the comment here that said they started off with a jeans and a t-shirt, camo t-shirt. Perfect. Now, actually, I've got Malice there. He's got a full kit, German Paco uniform. He's got a tan vest. He's got a helmet. He's kitted up. But he built that up because he started learning his play style. So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, no, for sure.
No, and I mean, you don't have to immediately go out and buy the camo and buy everything all at once. So I mean, you buy your rifle and say you're working on a budget, and it's not in the budget of getting camo pants or something like that. As they said, you can play in jeans, you can play in just a common t-shirt. Personally, I recommend something baggy, that way it doesn't sting too much. But that's just me. But it's one of those things you can build up over time. It doesn't have to be immediately off the bat just doing it, because you'll find out what camo is going to work for you. I mean, if you're playing more bush game, having black CP is not really ideal. So
Yeah, and
Makes sense.
when you go play a game within the community, people are very easy to say, yeah, give my gun a go. So if you think about Rat Attack, he started with a P90 SMG. Now he's got an MK18. But, you know, when you go and you play, and you're like, I would like to try this gun. You want to try STYX Thompson? Can I give it a go? I can guarantee you 9 out of 10 people go, yeah, sure, give it a go, man. Go have some fun. And then you're going to like, actually, I like this play style. Maybe this is something I need to look at. So yes, join the community, ask your questions. And I think Jesse, you can agree that if you were part of a community and you were asking questions before buying a rifle, you might not have bought that rifle. Although you still got it for a really good buy, you might not have bought that rifle.
Yeah, true, definitely. And then another thing I wanted to ask, like, you guys have been playing now for 4 years. Um, what do you guys do that other people don't? Because I mean, don't go and buy gear, for example. Don't go and buy gear if you're gonna go play once and then it's done. Because I think that's what a lot of people do. Is okay, it's one and done. I think that was luck. Thank you very much. I'm out. But what do you guys do to keep playing? I mean, it's been 4 years now, and you guys still enjoying it like it's the first time.
I can
Do you
take
want to
this
answer that,
one.
Six?
Yeah. I mean, from when we first started playing at the Kempton Park Hospital, don't get me wrong, a lot has changed over the years of how active we have been. But we always make a plan to at least try and play once a month, just so we can, if it's a social, if it's a training, if it's an event, just so we can get out and just enjoy, as you said, make memories with the people that are there. So I mean, I think that's what's been keeping us going is on top of just making sure, okay, we'll play once every month or so, we still communicating on the group. If someone sees some funny meme or something, even if it's not regarding to airsoft, they still send it. There's still the conversation, and the connection is still there. It's not just stagnant until the next airsoft game. So I think that's why we've been able to continue for as long as we have. But also our team just gels so well. It's a well-oiled machine. Why would you leave
I
that?
think that's the answer there. That's the answer there.
I
So
think you guys built a community. I think that's awesome.
the answer is there is actually we're in a team. So when you start playing and you're going to play different groups or different events, you start seeing, okay, this group of guys are together, those group of guys are together. Go chat to them, join them in a few matches of their own social games, and you start sooner or later becoming part of a team of a group. So Phantoms, we've got an open chat. So if anyone wants to join, they can join. Then we have a separate chat that's our team. So you form part of this sub community from this big Asian community, and you start finding guys in your area, and you're like, you see, I feel like playing a social this weekend. You pop a message on those chat groups, and you're like, boys, who's playing this weekend? Who wants to come join me? And you play. Like we have a social coming up on Sunday, where it wasn't planned. We just like, hey guys, I want to play this weekend. Who wants in? And we've got about 8 guys just going through to play there. So it's just finding your home in a community. And then there's many teams. There's the Phantoms, there's TC, there's Butchers, there's I don't know, there's other groups as well. But
DHK, DFK.
there's a lot. I mean, there's guys in Polokwane, there's guys in Durban, there's guys in Cape Town. So you find a sub community within this big airsoft community, build friends, and I can tell you, as a Phantom group, and I'm not speaking on behalf of other groups. I'm sure they're the same. We've spoke to TC as well. It becomes more than just a small community. It becomes like a really good close friendships. And I mean, Phantoms was invited to a bachelor's, where you guys got to play against us. And it's just because, yeah, we got a close friend. So now we all go play there and have fun.
I see we've got a comment there from Mr. Malice. One thing that has helped him is the constant encouragement and the patience of the other guys. They always make time to answer the questions and entertain his tangents. So that's his point of view of why the team stays together. Thank you, Malice, for
Most
contributing.
out of everyone. But also, the nice thing about a sub community, guns are going to break. That's a fact. Things are going to go wrong with your gun. It's not meant to last forever. I mean, you're putting in higher performance parts into your gun. Something's going to give sooner or later. But now, how do you fix this? What happens? And we're talking about MOSFETs, and Chris's gun conked out over the weekend. His MOSFET going, right, or his ETU packed up. What do? You're not used to this. So who do you speak to? You go to someone that you have to pay to repair the gun, or you speak to your community friends first, who will give you advice on it. And I think that's what makes it strong, having these small subgroups. Which Malice, I'm
Yeah,
waiting for your gun, will fix it for you.
yeah. I think that's also you don't really see any guys that do have communities. Not one of the YouTube videos that I watched, they were like, "Mate, join this group because these guys will help you." It was more like this is the gun you buy, this is what you should get. Um, there wasn't really that thing of, listen, we can help you. We'll actually get back to you. I mean, I messaged one of the a friend of ours that plays professionally, and he still hasn't responded. So it's I think because you said there's a community, and there are different groups. It's not just one group. It's multiple groups that can all assist you. I think that's very cool.
You got to remember, we all have lives outside of airsoft, right? So you're chatting to one guy, he's got maybe a family life, he's got work. So it's not always easy to respond immediately to such questions. But when you have hundreds of people in one group, there's always going to be someone that has the time to answer you.
Yeah, but also it's
Yeah, it's cool.
as you mentioned earlier on about if you were to start out of join these different groups and these different communities. So if the one group is not answering or not active, if you put that message on another group, I'm sure people will be more than willing to help. I mean, I've seen on like the SLE group, as soon as there's new people joining, you've got Mr. Ragnar who's there to greet them, and he's building that relationship. So it's like if you ever interested in going and joining the SLE thing, he will be more than welcoming. He'll be there to help you. If you're confused with anything, he'll be there. So that's the main thing, is make sure you're a part of all these different groups, because sometimes one person will say no, the issue is your MOSFET messed out. Someone else will turn around and say no, your ETU did. So not
Or you,
everyone's gonna have the same opinion. So it's good to get all the cards from off the table in a sense.
yeah, I think that is so true. I mean, when something goes wrong with a gun, there can be multiple reasons why your gun doesn't work. The only time you're really going to know is when you strip it down. But I also feel like that's something that every airsoft player, maybe not as a new player, but I would say maybe even as a new player, start to learn your gun. Something goes wrong, just don't run to the first guy to try to fix it, but strip it down, learn the gun, ask questions while you strip it down. I mean, even myself, who I've worked on guns, many guns, I still ask a few guys, listen, I've took this thing apart and I know how to put it back together, but it's still not pulling over. What do you think's the problem? And you start debate, you're talking to each other. And, and then you come to, actually, no, that might be, and you try that worked. Or, okay, it wasn't that, we're chatting. So learn your guns. You're going to learn yourself. I think we are going to make a video pretty soon just on stripping guns, servicing guns, putting them back together.
We're waiting for one
Which
of
I think
ours to mess out.
there you go.
That the one day, it was just after we got MP back. I'm in the lounge with Taz. He connects the battery, and I say to him, "Is he sure it's empty?" He's like, "Yeah, no. I'm now kneeling next to him. The barrel's pointing in my leg." He pulls the freaking trigger, and I got a nice lacquer welt on my leg. And it's all because he's like, "Oh no, I was just fixing the rifle."
So now you bring in the topic here, Sticks. New players coming to the field, please listen to me now. Treat the freaking gun like it's a real damn firearm.
Please.
You're not going to see more pissed off people when you're walking around flagging everyone, swinging it, and putting your finger on the trigger. Please save yourself the ACOG sessie and the embarrassment, and just treat it like a real firearm. When you're off the field, clear, make safe, make sure that barrel's empty. And I'm pro on. If you're in the field, dear goodness, listen to me. If you're in the field, keep your damn eye pro on.
And
You're
if
gonna
it
get
falls off, you echo blind, man. That's a very important thing as well. Every event will have it the exact same. All the calls, if I'm not mistaken, are the same. So blind man is someone's eye pro is off. Even if you just want to wipe your lenses away or you just want to clean the fog, you would have to echo that. Because again, I don't think any of us would like to experience what it's like to be shot in the eye with a BB. So just, yeah, don't skimp out on the safety of it when you're in field. Just be very cautious. Again, they can cause harm.
Jesse, any other questions you have as a new player?
No, no. I think you've answered even questions that I did not think of having. Um, you guys answered, so I appreciate it.
Jesse, thanks so much. Well, we hope to see you more on the field with us.
100%.
I know you're a busy guy, but make a plan, and there's many events constantly going.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It was a joy. It was a joy. It was lack of playing with you guys.
Absolutely, looking forward to having you again. STYX, I think we actually pretty much covered a lot of stuff in terms of, as a new player, what to do and what to look out for. I don't think there's anything else one needs to say. I mean, we've done the do's and the don'ts, where to go to, and also what to look out for.
Yeah, pretty
So
much.
I hope as listeners and viewers looking at this episode takes anything out of it. If you have any questions, hey, pop us a message. We're happy to answer. We'll direct you to groups. You're welcome to join our groups. And if you want to play with us, send a message. We're open. We always welcome new players in. We want this community to grow. This is a wonderful sport. It's a fun sport. And, you know, when our fathers were younger, they were, you know, conscripted to the army, they learned valuable lessons there. And I feel you can learn these same valuable lessons by playing Airsoft. And I feel, as a man, it brings out a man in you.
Way
As
to
a
go.
woman, it makes you just...
Way to go. I had to bring sex into it. Just
Hey.
had to.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into this. Actually, Jesse, your missus. So, I mean, you've got real steel. You're looking at buying your missus. I'm not going to mention what you want to buy because then the comments are going to blow up. But are you going to bring her into Airsoft?
Listen, she doesn't even want to handle the real weapon. I'm actually just trying to get it to get to a gun range, and we've got a gun range like 1 kilometer from our house, 2 kilometers from our house. So she doesn't actually like the shooting. I just wanted to be comfortable with actually shooting, so that she's not afraid of the rifle. In our family, there's a saying: it's better to. I mean, everyone actually has this saying, but it's better to have it, not need it, than to need it and not have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when it comes to real guns, I'm trying to get it to do that, because I got it to shoot the airsoft rifle as soon as I got it, and she was like, "Oh, this is not bad," but I don't think she'll be playing, because she's a princess, so the princess doesn't want to go into battle. So, like you said, that's what the man will do. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you say she doesn't want to handle the weapon. I feel sorry for you. I thought you're the weapon.
I am. It's the only weapon she's not afraid to touch.
Oh my gosh. Yes. All right, so guys, just also a reminder that the Airsoft X ticket competition is still going because it has extended. The ticket competition is also extended. So how do you get that? There's 2 tickets available. First ticket is if we're doing a lucky draw on anyone that likes and subscribes to our channels over all the social medias, and also on our website to get the Airsoft magazine. You can get all these articles. All these interviews are published to the articles. All the tech information is going to be there. We're dropping another magazine this month, so look out for that. Go and register to the website. We'll draw a lucky name, and that person gets a Airsoft X ticket valued at 50 Rand. The second ticket is if you bought a ticket for Airsoft X, we're going to draw a name, and that person's going to get refunded for that ticket, full price. So yeah, go ahead and subscribe to all those channels.
And one last thing before we end this episode, we have a little bit of interesting news. Ben and myself are going to be doing a tour of all the different fields. We're planning to do some interviews, showcase some of the day's gameplay, and just our overall thoughts and our feels for the field. So yeah, look forward to that. Keep it
We're gonna call
open,
it the World Tour.
and possible collaborations as well. So keep that in mind. But yeah, thanks for tuning in to this episode. Again, thank you, JC, for joining us. It's been an honor to have you here.
Guys, thanks for the invite. Really appreciate it. It was fun. Also, please, I'd love to join your groups and see what you guys are up to, and also get part of the community. So, thanks, guys. Appreciate
Also,
it.
we're gonna drop the links for our chat groups and so forth in the description when we post this video.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Thanks, everyone.